said pounds of snow.
Back here first things first. It is time for Super Bowl first. How about Tom Brady in Super Bowl 52? Becoming the first 500-yard passer in Super Bowl history. Only way to beat Tom was the old Philly special. A Super Bowl we won't soon forget. All right, don't discuss. We got to move on. We got to talk some Matt Stafford now. He's on his way to Los Angeles. Stafford and the Lions had agreed to part ways before the trade. But guys, get this. Stafford had reportedly asked to be traded anywhere but New England. Bum, bum, bum. Speaking of quarterbacks, Michael Vick joining us now. Mike, do you think Pats fans should be worried that Matt Stafford did not want to play there in New England?
Nah, I don't think they should be worried. I think, you know, in today's game, you can find a quarterback anywhere. Not saying that he's going to be legit or he's going to be the best, but you can get a guy who can come out and orchestrate and run your offense. So I think that's not really an issue with the New England Patriots. You know, what I think they should be worried about is getting all their opt-outs back, getting the guys back who sat out last season because of COVID. And I really think that this team would have been different, looked different, and played different if some of those guys were out there on the field. They were marquee players that ended up sitting out, and it would have made the entire team better, the entire organization, and Cam Newton would have played a lot better and would have had more support. So I think, you know, while they worried about the quarterback, which is, you know, an invaluable piece to the puzzle, I think they should be looking forward to getting those guys back who are staples on the defense and some more offense who can help the team move forward.
Mike, I think this is a big deal, brother. Like, that was an attractive destination for a lot of veteran players. That was an attractive destination for guys who wanted to win a championship. So to me, it comes down to two things. It comes down to football and it comes down to culture. From a football standpoint, it doesn't make sense for him or any top 10, top 15 quarterback to go there. Because look at Cam Newton. There's nothing there that can help him. No wide receivers, no tight ends. So when you think about that, I thought he made the right move. And then from a culture standpoint, guys were okay to go in there and deal with the Patriot way and deal with Bill Belichick because he had Tom Brady, the equalizer, in the locker room. Guys were okay with going there in that structure and that discipline and saying, you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice because Tom Brady is relatable. You remove Tom Brady now, and it's no longer an attractive destination. This is a huge issue for the Patriots moving forward because the Patriot way without winning is Matt Patricia in Detroit. That's what you're going to get. So Nick, I absolutely love this for Matt Stafford, but I also heard that he wanted to be in California. He owns a home in Newport Beach. He went to the team and said, I prefer to go to L.A. So this is a guy that used his power and used his leverage to get there because he could have said, I'm retiring, and the Detroit Lions got nothing in return.
Well, to me, there's a difference between I would prefer the Rams over the Patriots. I think most, particularly offensive players, and maybe any player would at this point. And I will take any team in the league except the Patriots, which is what this Tom Curran report says. So, Wilds, the downside, or I would say the negative perspective of this is everything Brandon said. You don't have weapons, it's not that much fun, it's bad weather, Belichick's old and a curmudgeon, all that, right? I'm going to try to make you feel better, though. Well, now I really don't want to because of that annoying too many rings thing, but I'll try to make you feel better anyway. I don't know if this is about New England specifically. I think it might be about the man Brandon Marshall mentioned at the end there, Matt Patricia. And I think you and your legion of Pats fans should consider a class action lawsuit for damages to the Patriot Way reputation caused by Matt Patricia's reign of terror in Detroit. I think if you were in Detroit and you're like, wait, this is the Patriot Way? None of the winning, all of the hell, all of the work, all of the yelling at us, saying we don't have fun. Look at this video. That's a player enjoying themselves. That's not the Lion way. We go 5-11 and we enjoy it. And so I think I'd be more concerned, Wilds, if this story was about Deshaun Watson kind of had a Patriot way thing because of Bill O'Brien. It's a bad example. But if it were a quarterback who had no experience with one of the Belichick coaching tree guys saying it, because I do wonder, was Matt Stafford, was the well just poisoned by the way Matt Patricia said, this is the Patriot way? And maybe Belichick saying, man, you're taking my brand and doing damage to it. That's actually not the Patriot way, buddy. It's just like what you think it is.
Yeah.
And so that's the olive branch I can give New England fans. That this isn't about them necessarily. It might be about what Stafford thinks they are due to the time with Patricia.
Okay, so if it's about Matt Patricia, we've seen many people try to emulate Bill Belichick. It doesn't work. He's one of a kind. So if you want to carve your own path on the Belichick coaching tree, you have to be like Brian Flores, who's doing his own thing. Joe Judge is kind of trying to be a mini Belichick, but he's so out there, he's doing his own thing. But if you're trying to mirror or parrot Bill Belichick, it's not going to work. And as far as Matthew Stafford in this report, Mike, to me, it is so incendiary and so ridiculous that I feel irresponsible commenting on it, because there must be something else going on. It's like if you're like, oh, you know what? I love all candy except Reese's peanut butter cups. You're like, what? What are you, crazy? Have you ever like, well, I'm allergic to peanut butter? Then that's fine. Then I give you a pass. Because as far as the weapons go, we got the fourth most cap space. We got the opt-outs that you said coming back. We got the winning culture that he never saw in Detroit. So what is he, allergic to winning? And what else we got? We got we're playing a bunch of rookie coaches next year. So for me, between the cap space and the opt-outs, we're going to come back. We know that Cam liked it there and he wasn't super successful. I feel like it's got to be something else. I'm giving Matthew Stafford a pass because he's allergic to the Patriot way.
Everything has peanuts in it.
Well, yeah, well, what I think it is right now as I think about it, and look, Brandon made a good point, and then Nick touched on it. You know, all those guys under that Belichick tree have got quarterback issues. They can't find a quarterback. You know, in Miami, you know, Matt Patricia, you know, even, you know, the Houston Texans and what happened with Deshaun and Bill O'Brien. You know, you got to know how to deal with a quarterback, and then Belichick had issues with Brady, so they got to get that fixed first and foremost. And if they want to get a legit quarterback in New England, they got to start right now, because right now it's not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I don't think it's an attractive destination anymore for free agents and veterans who want to win. And like I said, that Patriots way, it works when you're winning. When you're losing, guys don't want to hear about all of that. And guys are going to start talking back. There's going to be small groups in the locker room. Nick, you hit on something big. And it took me back to when I was cut by the Seattle Seahawks. And I had the opportunity to actually go out there and try out for the Detroit Lions and Matt Patricia. As soon as I touched down, Big Snacks and a lot of those veteran guys like, boy, don't come here. I mean, he was doing things like they were going to go play teams indoors, and it was a blizzard outside, and he would still make them practice outside.
Yeah,
guys
right
absolutely hated it there. Those guys didn't want to be there. So, Nick, you might be on to something with this. It's like it's more about Matt Patricia and less about the Patriots. Because, man, when I walked in, it was like zombies walking around. Guys like, man, this is terrible. We just almost walked out on the practice field the other day. So hopefully Matt Patricia can turn things around when he gets back to New England.